What's up, netizens? You're watching DarkStar. My name's Anthony. I'm jumping for the reactioners. Joey and Chris. What's up, guys?
Excited.
You okay, Joey?
Excited.
Today we're going to be watching a death battle that shouldn't exist between Aang and Edward Elric.
It shouldn't exist. Aang's gonna kick his ass. I don't know who this Edward guy is besides he's in Full Metal Alchemist, which I've never seen before.
I mean, they're literally just gonna show up to this battle, and fucking Ed's gonna look at Aang, and Aang's gonna look at Ed, and they're both gonna go, excited. Great, dude.
Tony, you're not hype enough, dude.
Well,
Not hype enough for the hype squad.
My problem, I'm going to be pretty salty, quite frankly, if they fucking have Ed win this. Because, dude, oh my god, the last week, we got a bunch of comments
about this, dude.
We got a bunch of comments on the old one or whatever where I kind of basically said the same thing. They're like, Ed fought somebody who's literally a god? It's like, yeah, and his powers got fucking de-leveled so that they could actually fucking fight him. And then it was like, literally, like, the entire fucking army against one guy, and he did not have the god powers when that happened. And they finally fucking eventually fucking wore him down or whatever so they could beat him. Like that's how that ended up happening. Like, it wasn't like...
This is the way I look at it.
The guy that made the sun in his hands, Ed just fucking fought that guy fisticuffs and took him out. Like, that's not what happened.
Who do I like more, Ed or Aang? It's Ed, 100%. I like Ed way better than Aang. Fucking Avatar's a great anime. Don't get me wrong. I like Ed's character more. But Aang is gonna shit on Ed. That's gonna happen.
I want Aang to win, but I'm like opposite of this. I've seen ridiculous videos of Full Metal Alchemist, and if they like compare what they've went up against and shit like that, I do feel like some people in Full Metal Alchemist are ridiculously strong compared to people in Avatar, just from watching AMVs and shit like that. But
I mean,
like
there's
Aang.
a difference between being stronger than people in Avatar versus being stronger than the Avatar.
That's definitely different. If he turns into the Avatar, he's gonna fucking wreck him. But it's just
who
Aang.
though? The only person that ever showed any like crazy ability in Full Metal Alchemist was Father when he had the fucking the full god powers. And
I'm not even saying this guy. I'm not even saying Eric. I'm not saying Eric fighting him. Just watching AMVs, I've seen fight scenes and they just look crazy.
Well,
so he's surrounded by the people, so he's in their universe.
Apparently, you, Tony, did not see the episode where fucking Ed fought Akuma. So you fucking need to get on your shit.
I'm just curious what specifically in your mind you're remembering that was crazier than what
I don't remember honestly.
What happened in Avatar. Like I never
saw.
I
don't think a lot of crazy shit happened in Avatar until when he was Avatar. It did. When he like went Avatar, it was. But as Aang, he wasn't that special.
I mean,
he wasn't that special when he was Angus Beef either.
The fire bending that they do when the comet comes was significantly stronger than anything that arguably the other OP character in the series, which was Mustang, ever did. I mean,
I've never seen Full Metal. I mean, I'm sure it's trash. So I'm kidding. I know people like it.
Do yourself a favor and do not watch it.
I'm pulling for Aang. I just, in general, watching the show, I can't recall a whole lot. Besides him being in Avatar form, how much like crazy shit he.
Well, yeah, it's the Avatar form is the thing that puts
numbers
him over
and
the
stuff
top.
like that. Like they're doing like metrics and numbers and shit. I'm like, well, I mean, a whole lot. But yeah, if it turns to Avatar form, he will shit on him.
Right. Well, in Avatar form, they're fucking exploding volcanoes and riding tsunamis and fucking splitting the earth so that they can move and create a new island.
Yeah, so they can fight Akuma on it. That's what the island split off with for. Instead of gotta save the planet, dude.
Edward would get fucking annihilated. I think Aang could beat Edward outside of Avatar form. I think he would annihilate him. It would be close though. It'd be close outside of Avatar form. In Avatar form, he'd fucking crush Ed. There's nothing he could do about it.
Well, if I were here to watch this death battle and see what happens, dude.
If fucking Edward's so goddamn pissed.
I know what Edward looks like. I didn't look him up.
He looks stupid. Ed's probably my favorite character from that show. It's Ed and Greed are my two favorite characters from that show or whatever. But,
oh yeah, Greed.
But and Aang is not my favorite character from Avatar, but he should win this.
Fucking blasphemy, dude.
But whatevs. Let's check
not my favorite character either.
My favorite character is Zuko. Who's yours?
Shut the fuck up.
Eat a fat dingling. My favorite character is Zuko.
Oh, that's right. You copied that. Sorry, I remember that.
Both of
Yeah.
y'all eat a fucking dick. My favorite character is Toph.
Not gonna lie, isn't it yours, Tony?
What?
Toph.
I thought Toph was Tony's. Is that not right? I don't
Toph
remember.
is
Don't
honestly.
fucking ever insult me again, dude.
I thought yours was Toph.
Excuse you,
I missed
bitch.
it.
Toph is the shit. You need to back the fuck up right now. No.
Is yours the water chick?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, he's
My
talking-
favorite character is Zuko.
No fucking way. Did we establish that when we were watching the show?
I don't
No
know.
fucking
I feel
way.
like
You're
we might
trolling.
have.
You're
I don't know,
trolling,
Zuko-
dog.
Zuko's probably
You're
my favorite
fucking-
character.
Dude, Toph is bae.
I thought Toph was Tony's favorite.
Toph is bae, dude.
Zuko. It probably would
Katara,
have
I
to
like
be Zuko.
Katara, I like Sokka.
Sokka.
There is
Sokka and
never,
Zuko are my favorite too.
there has never ever been another female out there that best fits the meme of get you a bae that looks at you the same way Toph does. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Underrated right there, dude. Let me get some W's in the chat for that.
I better get some fucking W's in the comments for that motherfucker, dude.
Pretty
Let's
good.
go.
Even though he looked it up on Google. He's like, what are some good Toph jokes?
Bruh, the fuck out of here.
I'm kidding.
It's funny because her last name is Bei Fong too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's so cool.
But I like Ty Lee, but I don't know if I'd be able to put her as my favorite character though. That'd be tough. Not a major
Yeah.
enough character.
Oh, dude, yes. I thought yours was one of the chicks. It was one of the fire chicks. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, I remember now.
You
Man, I
don't even
may
know what the
actually
fuck you're talking
be.
about
But I'm thinking
anymore.
of us watching it. I
Tyler
feel like
was
Tony
behind
really
me.
liked.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about anymore.
It was one of the fire chicks.
When Joey keeps going on, and
It
on
might have
and
been-
on,
I
he
don't know
literally
who
has
Tyler
no
is.
idea
Maybe
what the
it's
fuck he's
fucking-
talking about anymore.
It's like the one that's like fucking acrobatic and hits your like pressure
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like 80% sure Joey doesn't even know what anime he's talking about at this point.
Shut the fuck up.
Azula's pretty great too. Tara was just such a bitch sometimes that I just can't. Even though she's got the whole water thing going on, water.
Dude,
ice
and
thing going on,
Catan, fuck
I
her
just-
too, dude.
I couldn't put her. She was just such a bitch sometimes. Anyway,
Sean
let's
was
fucking
the
watch
worst, though.
this.
Battle,
Jeez, dude.
though. Rooster teeth. They're everywhere. I can't get them out of my head.
Teeth of roosters, dude.
The elements make up every aspect of the
Hey,
world
the
we
fifth
live in,
element.
and no average person can tame them.
But somehow these kids can master them
Hey.
with a vengeance.
Like Aang,
Okay.
the Avatar.
And Edward Elric, the Full Metal
His name's
Alchemist.
Ong.
He's with Time Boomstick.
And it's our job to
Avatar.
analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah.
Water,
The face on Aang in the
Earth.
fight. He looks so angry.
fire, air.
Heart.
Once the four nations lived in harmony, and some of their citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element. But only the Avatar could master all four, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
And since there's always got to be an Avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Holy
Attempting to
shit.
conquer the other three nations,
Did it?
The Avatar
Flashback.
would inevitably be
When I
their
made you
greatest
watch that
obstacle.
opening every single
And they'd even
episode.
go after a kid.
He did. I still can't remember it.
Aang was an energetic and dutiful 12 years old when he learned of his destiny. He was the newest incarnation of the Avatar.
But he totally wussed out, ran away from home, and got frozen in ice for 100 years. What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass. I'd definitely find a way to make money off that.
Boomstick, he's 12.
Holy shit, those graphics changed.
But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire Nation knew the next Avatar would be an air nomad and slaughtered them all in a horrific surprise attack.
But the poor kid wouldn't be stuck in ice forever. He was eventually rescued by some new friends and began his quest to learn the other elements and save the world. And as an air nomad, he can really bend the wind to his will.
He can use air bending to create whirlwinds and tornadoes or slice through solid stone.
And he can fly. Whee!
Well, it's not exactly flying, Boomstick. What he actually does is manipulate the air currents to keep aloft. That's why he carries a glider, complete with snacks.
Oh, well.
Wow, wow.
sure
W right
that'll
there.
come in
It's over.
handy.
Whatever. If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's a duck. Or I guess the flying avatar guy.
But ducks actually can fly. Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much every aspect of his life. Like for shields, increasing his speed, improving agility, adjusting his body temperature, and even focusing his breath to use as an attack.
After he learned waterbending from Paku and Katara, Aang can make whips, knives, and literal tsunamis. Hey, I can do that too.
But
just
can he
be a
blood
bullet
bend,
watching
though?
this
You know what I'm
cannonball
saying?
fly. Does that mean I'm a waterbender?
Sure. Waterbenders can also manipulate steam and ice.
Just like how I, the great waterbender Boomstick the Wet, will use my powers to swim through this frozen block.
You what?
Yep. Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow, I'm just bursting with envy.
Bending powers, activate! Ah! Ha! Success!
Like airbending, waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Earthbending is all about throwing rocks
Hey.
at people, and a bunch of other cool stuff, like making walls and earthquakes and causing the ground to swallow you up, which is kind of creepy, actually.
Last
Yeah,
but
fucking
certainly
terrifying.
not least, Aang learned the art of
What a way to
firebending
die.
from his
That'd
longtime
suck.
rival, Prince Zuko. Unlike the other arts, firebenders can actually create fire to use at will.
Firebending is so goddamn powerful. It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all, shooting lightning.
Well, only the most advanced firebenders can cast lightning, which is usually an instant kill move. While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to redirect it through his body.
But even after learning the 4 elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
Who taught him the art of manipulating a person's life energy.
Oh
The
yeah,
purest
this is
form
how it
of
should
bending.
end. By the way, I
It's
thought I forgot
super
about that.
dangerous though, and one mistake
He wouldn't
could
do that, though,
tear
'cause
up
it's a death
Aang's
battle.
soul.
But it'd be
And
fucking
with
sweet
it,
if he
Aang
took away his
defeated the
alcohol.
Fire Lord and brought peace to the world at large.
Well, with that and with his super form, the Avatar State.
In the Avatar state, Aang's bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar state lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations. Though it is extremely risky, as dying while in the Avatar state ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Why would he care if he's dead anyway? Whatever, the coolest thing about the Avatar State is it makes you glow, like this. Behold!
How are you doing that?
Oh, I drank a bunch of glow sticks.
You need to go to the doctor, like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with or without the Avatar state, Aang is plenty powerful. He has the ability to move gigantic stone columns and even carve canyons around an entire city.
Not only has he survived hits from earthbending kings and massive explosions, he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire Lord.
To get the column's mass, we compared Aang's height against it and determined it must weigh 9,500 tons.
Aang's super fast too. With airbending, he can run on water.
Which, given his size, requires a movement speed of well over 67 miles per hour.
He used airbending to block a giant column-destroying explosive attack from the best-named character on the show, Combustion Man!
And he's proven he could redirect lightning from the Fire Lord himself. Taking into account the distance between them and how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning, he would have to react at least 155 times faster than sound.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future. To him, bending is elementary.
If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
God damn, they barely brought up the fact that he gets literally
Alchemists of
everything
old
from the
once
old
tried to turn
avatars
lead into gold with
when he's in the avatar
not
state.
great results. But in the country of Amestris, the ancient science of alchemy is actually possible by using the Earth's natural energy to reshape the molecular structure of various
Kind of confused.
objects.
Did they even say?
By drawing a
Normally they're like,
sample
Deuce is great at this, but he also has weaknesses.
Which most alchemists
If he did, I
use,
fucking-
except for
Yeah,
the
he's a
youthful
pacifist.
prodigy, Edward Elric.
Oh, what a little badass.
And a vegetarian.
Careful,
That's a
Boomstick,
pretty
he's
big
a bit
weakness.
touchy about his size.
Hey, if I lost my mom like
Not
he
enough
did, I'd
proteins.
get mad at the little stuff too. But Ed and his brother
5'5"?
Alphonse figured they could bring her back with alchemy.
Wait,
So they went for it, but things went south real fast. You You know how people say they'd give an arm and a leg for something? Well, Ed literally did, and poor Al lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor. But still, yikes.
This horrible experience has forever marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute the human soul, and the boys were lucky just to escape with their lives.
But he got something good out of it, like super secret knowledge, including how to do alchemy without a circle thingy. He just has to clap instead. So, worth it?
With these new abilities, Ed and Alphonse began their quest to restore their bodies. Specifically, they sought the incredible power of a philosopher.
Like a Final Fantasy character.
To be their only chance. Eventually, Ed joined the military, and thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Full Metal Alchemist.
What? Adolf Hitler?
Nah, it's just Bradley. He's okay. Until he isn't.
Spoilers! Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs, he got them replaced with automail. Kinda like my leg.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal, ranging from his original steel one, to a gas-powered one, to his best version consisting of a mix of aluminum and carbon. Apart from being durable metal prosthetics, Ed's automail limbs function just like normal ones. He can even reshape his arm as a weapon.
So he can turn it into swords and saws and stuff, increase its durability by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella. Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
But at the end of the day, Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but the art of alchemy.
He can do all sorts of crazy things with all the elements. He can basically make anything he wants, like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule of equivalent exchange. Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value and cannot be made fundamentally different. For example, lead can be molded into a statue, but it cannot be turned into water. Other than that, there are three principles needed to use alchemy well. Comprehension,
which means you gotta understand what the thing you're using is made of.
Destruction,
breaking stuff down.
And reconstruction.
Putting stuff back together.
Ed is only limited by the materials at hand and his imagination. At his full potential, he can do almost anything. He can purify water, create ammonium gas from ammonium nitrate, repair entire houses,
need for the smart straw, dude.
transform a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction
I mean, if there is
alchemy,
something
which
that
does
Ed has
exactly
going
what
for
you
him,
think it does.
he's
Make a
definitely
big ol'
like a
kaboom.
fucking actual
Ed's used it
like
to
child
destroy
genius.
stuff like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads.
So, using destruction alchemy, Ed should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Ha! Or you could just do that.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from a Gatling gun after it started firing, he's dodged a pistol from nearly point-blank range, and his automail arm even took a bite from a lion-headed chimera. It was totally fine.
Assuming this chimera has a similar bite force to that of a real lion, that means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
He's created a gigantic
Damn,
cannon and
Simba
then
grew up.
survived that cannon exploding while he was standing on it.
I would hope if Aang was trying to kill Ed, that he wouldn't just
We
continuously
can
attack
measure
his
the
arm.
boulder's explosion against Ed's size to get an approximate energy output. With a radius of 36 feet,
That's the boulder
this
from Resident Evil
blast must
4.
have been equivalent to over 100 tons of TNT.
How's that for equivalent exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Even apart from being tough, Ed has shown considerable strength when using alchemy.
Like when he created a gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing it to the size of the average human's thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of the golem, that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
All this without any philosophy.
Holy
skill,
shit, I got
because
two
it
shows
turns
mixed
out
up.
Those things are really
Fighting
messed
MVs.
up.
I seen where the thing with the thumb people.
Philosopher's stones are extremely
Attack on
powerful
Titan?
and can be used in
Attack
many
on
different
Titan.
ways. Kimberly
That's the
the
crazy
Crimson
MVs.
Lotus
I've seen two of
Alchemist, for
those.
example, used one to create a massive
I've never seen anything about the show
explosion
before.
equal to 157 kilotons of TNT.
You definitely wrong
However,
about that one.
it turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls.
I mean, the Titans are
so Ed
big.
and Al vowed to avoid invincible. Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his
what?
potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. and so he found another way to revive Al's body, sacrificing his own power for the sake of family.
All right, that's the Ed
nice
that should be in
guy.
this battle.
But all in all, so long as
The
Ed
Ed with
knows
no
what he's
fucking
trying to transmute, he's an
no
amazing
powers.
force to be reckoned
Alchemy
with.
powers.
Now let's go home together.
Boo. Damn, girl. Toenail looking weird.
It definitely wasn't a
Yeah,
girl.
those were both
Star set,
dudes.
and we've run the day
Yeah.
through all possibilities.
Well, those toenails look weird on the
But
dude.
first, thanks to Blue Apron, I've become a food bender.
Recover. Thoughts?
Good.
I have no thoughts. Just questions and concerns, which are kind of thoughts. No, I don't. I mean,
Battle was great. You know,
it was a good battle. Good win by Aang, dude. Shit was crazy.
I want
this
Ed to win.
analysis made me think that they're gonna make Ed win more than I thought before, and he shouldn't. So I'm still gonna stick with Aang, but
I want Ed to win, but I really feel that Aang should win this one, so I'm gonna go with Aang. But like I said, I want Ed to win because
Like if he goes in Avatar form, what is dude gonna do? What's they gonna do?
I don't know. They didn't bring up any of the actually like crazy. The only crazy feat they brought up was when he literally earthbended a fucking canyon around an entire city, basically like that. They didn't bring up his
at least
Gollum thing that he makes. They didn't bring up any of the previous Avatar feats, which he gets all of. He has every single.
They did.
one
They
of
did say
them.
that though. They did say he gets
Simultaneously.
every.
Yeah,
he
but
gets
they
every-
like
They did say
glanced
that.
over. The only thing
Yeah,
that's
it
the
was
thing
quick.
for me is that if he wins, then they're gonna go more into depth. He gets all of these things, and they're gonna show like them doing that or
Yeah.
whatever.
Actually, that sounds what will happen. He wins Avatar State, and they're like, "All right, look, he won because he had the power of all these avatars, and look what these avatars could do."
The fact that they didn't bring up Ed fighting Father though is worrisome to me because that's also something that they could bring up afterwards. Like the person that Ed had to fight toe to toe was capable of creating a sun in his own hands, even though that's not the power he had when he had fought him. But whatever. So I don't know. I'm worried about it, but then I'm gonna go with Aang. Who did you just end up going with, Trey?
Aang,
Okay. Well,
I'm
let's go
picking
ahead and,
Eric. Elric.
what?
So I'm not picking Elric.
Oh,
I
okay.
said Aang Elric is who he's going with.
Aang, Elric, nice.
At first, I said I'm not picking Eric, and then I seen there was an L.
Avatar Edward, dude. Let's go.
Avatar Edward Aang Cullen. Wait, what?
Nice. They made the step battle in Minecraft, dude.
Sorry, Momo. You're just too little.
Little! Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid?
Nobody?
I'll show you!
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames. And,
I'm still growing!
now I gotcha.
He didn't drink his milk, right? Wasn't that his thing?
Oh no! I'm
They kept
sorry.
saying he didn't grow strong.
I don't fucking remember.
Classic misdirection. That's advantage Elric! Ha! Damn it! How's this for small? What kind of alchemy is that?
Okay, no more clappy magic.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh. No,
My cabbages.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I won't lose you again.
Oh,
Can't
broke
believe
his
that left.
stick.
Oh shit.
This ends now.
Oh yeah.
At least I'm taller than you.
You left me no choice.
Okay.
Easy clap.
Looks
You've
like
earned my
Ed
respect.
didn't have a leg to stand on. Or arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted and inventive, and he certainly had more combat experience. But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile and readily available than combat alchemy.
Yeah, it had cool stuff like cannons and gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Recall how Ed survived an explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building. By examining the size of the building and thus the volume of the conical explosion,
Oh, they love their
this
fucking
blast must have
equations, dude.
equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool.
Okay, that one's
but
not
Aang
that
did
crazy,
way
remember.
more when he carved up a circle around that city in Avatar State.
The force to blast such a huge ravine around the city of Udao was a massive undertaking. By measuring the width, length, and depth of the affected area compared to the size of the city, we found it would take almost
There we go,
160 kilotons of TNT to pull
Okay,
that
still
off.
kilotons.
More than
Damn it.
5 times greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely had the stuff to crush Ed's automail arm and the rest of him.
Granted, Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimbley's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast worth 157 kilotons of TNT? That's almost identical to Aang's feat, and theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power. Theoretically. However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant his power-up had a very short and dangerous duration limit compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit. But even so, Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him. Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Just when Ed thought he had the hang of it, he alchemist the mark.
The winner is Avatar Aang.
Thought he had the hang of it,
If
dude.
you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link down below.
And if you'd
Oh,
like to
we
see
got
some more
the,
battle and death,
next
make
week's
sure to
battle
click
here.
the link over there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ghost
Ghost
Rider.
Rider.
Okay.
Lobo.
Wow.
Ghost Rider's gonna fuck him up.
I mean,
Lobo's
he
like
should.
crazy strong from what I know.
Is he? I honestly don't know a lot about him.
Ghost Riders like basically can't die. So
Yeah. I mean, except
It's
for in
been
the
a
fucking
lot-
box
the
office.
Literally, when the first time, the first Justice, the fighting game, fucking Injustice, came out, I looked up Lobo shit, and I just remember it being crazy. But it's been a long fucking time. Whenever that fucking game came out, 2013. So it's been fucking like 6 years since I've actually seen that. So to be fair, I could be fuzzy on the details, but I remember thinking he was fucking stupid strong. But
Interesting to see.
I know Ghost Rider's obviously got his fucking insane shit too going on, so that should be a good one.
Especially if they use the Marvel's Capcom Ghost Rider, dude. He'll just fucking one trick you the whole way.
Just spam him, dude.
Dude, shit's amazing.
Well, they did this right. I mean, this actually was pretty. The way the battle actually went is how I feel like makes the most sense because I think they're probably around even when Aang is not in Avatar form. Like I said, I think I would
Yeah.
still give the edge to Aang because I think I don't know. The thing is, I didn't watch I didn't read the manga. I watched the anime. So maybe it's a little bit different than the manga. Maybe the interpretation of it is a little bit different. But watching the anime, they don't seem fast. They don't seem to be doing all of their different things really fluidly, really quickly. Their decision making doesn't seem to be like incredibly fast or whatever. Watching Aang's the Avatar fights, they seem to be moving around consistently, making like really split second decisions, really moving around quick. This was one of the things that I had an issue with the Gara and Toph battle was that Toph has to still make some level of like moves and stuff like that in order to do her stuff. whereas Gaara just basically mentally controls his sand. I feel like watching Full Metal Alchemist, they're even further than just the forms and stuff like that. They have to fucking do like a whole thing, set up their circles. Obviously, Ed doesn't need circles, but they've got, and there's like an actual level of understanding and stuff he has to do. It just didn't seem that quick to me, the way that they fight or whatever. So I think Aang would have the advantage even outside of Avatar form, because they're both pretty versatile. But I feel like Aang's just quicker. But once he goes into Avatar form, it's fucking embarrassing how wide the gap is, in my opinion, how strong they are. I don't think it's even close. I think they did a good job portraying that. This was kind of a weird one, though, because kind of like Batman and all the other ones, with the people that have like basically strict no-kill policies, but you put them in a death battle.
Gotta do something different.
It's kind of weird how they don't really seem to touch on it too much. They just try to avoid, I guess, talking about what they do or how they treat it, I guess, because they bring personalities into the discussion all the time. Going back to like the Joker and Sweet Tooth or whatever, like that battle was literally decided because of Sweet Tooth's. It was a good battle, but it was literally decided based on Sweet Tooth's personality or whatever. Like, you could argue if you're gonna shove them into the death battles and their personalities are gonna matter, that Aang actually probably would lose to Ed because he'd never actually kill Ed.
Yeah.
But then again, he
Well,
would probably
I think his Avatar form, he couldn't control it.
No, he can control his Avatar form.
Oh, can he? I can't remember exactly how it ended.
Yeah, that's how it ends. He has complete control of it. That's why he was
yeah.
talking. He doesn't talk throughout the entire series until he fights, until he becomes Avatar form against Ozai, and then he talks to him and he says, "You fucking ruined the balance of the world." Blah 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 blah. But
And
although he does
make everything even.
He does, yeah, balanced. Yeah. So yeah, but maybe, I mean, he could theoretically. I mean, I don't know if this would actually work, but try to take away his alchemy power, and then neither one of them would ever win, because it's not like he's going to be able to kill him with just fucking as a regular ass human being. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good battle. Aang won. I'm happy.
Yeah. Solid overall. All right. Well, in a few weeks, we'll get the Lobo and Ghost Rider battle. So
Ghost Rider for the dub, dude.
I'll have to see how that goes. I'm not particularly attached to either of them, so I'm gonna make my decision after the analysis. So we'll check it out then. Until then, stay bright. Catch you on the dark side.